Hello and welcome to Explore San Diego State University. My name is Dr. Kevin Hovel. I'm a professor in the biology department and the vice chair of biology, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about the biology department at SDSU. I'd like to begin by introducing the other members of my advising staff, Ms. Amy Tappan and Mr. Raymond Stanley. Together, we advise over 1,600 students, both majors and non-majors, on a variety of things as they go through our curriculum. The choices they make for their courses, their progress towards graduation, whether they can count courses from other universities, and any academic issues that may come up along the way. We work with advisors from the Student Success Center of the College of Sciences to make sure that our students have the advice that they need as they progress through our curriculum. So what sets biology apart at SDSU? Well, our department has very experienced and large faculty. And a very important point is that we focus heavily on research and teaching. And this means we can bring our research to the classroom in many instances, and also bring our classes out to our field sites or to do research in the lab. We are very productive in terms of grants and publications. We value student research highly, both at the graduate and undergraduate level. In fact, about half of our biology undergraduates perform research projects outside of class. We prepare our students for a variety of disciplines to go into after they graduate, including health professions or even going on to get a master's or a PhD. And we offer a wide variety of options to customize a student's degree. Our undergraduate degree options include a Bachelor of Science in Biology, but also a Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, or things like preparation for the single subject teaching credential, which allows people to go into K through 12 education. We offer a Bachelor of Arts and minors in biology, but what's very notable about our department is that we offer a variety of emphases for the Bachelor of Science degree in cell and molecular biology, ecology, marine biology, and so on. This allows students to customize or tailor their degree in their classes towards the discipline that they want. Students enter our program as a pre-major, and this is very typical for a department at SDSU. This means they're taking lower division courses that are basic preparations in biology, chemistry, mathematics, and statistics, and so on. These are usually large lecture classes accompanied by smaller laboratory sections where students can work closely with instructors. After students progress through the pre-major, they graduate into the major. They become biology majors, where they're taking upper division courses, including things like genetics, evolution, ecology, and cell biology. And they're customizing their degree with elective courses they can take within our department, including a variety of different laboratory courses. In fact, our curriculum is well known for being very lab-rich and diverse. And many of these upper division classes look something like this on the right, with students in a small laboratory setting working closely with faculty. We've worked hard to try to arrange our learning outcomes for the department. So we've thought of the basic concepts and skills that we want students to know upon graduation. These reflect modern biology, the concepts that students should understand to be proficient in the field of biology, and the skills that students should be able to accomplish to be able to go on into disciplines of biology, regardless of what they are. We've also thought of these concepts and skills in terms of career paths that students might choose after they graduate. And generally speaking, our students go on to a great variety of different types of things, from careers in research and development or healthcare, to the biomedical or biotechnology sciences, including biological engineering or environmental consulting, and even working for organizations like Fish and Wildlife or the San Diego Zoo and the Natural History Museum for our zoology emphases and students in other disciplines. We have a variety of research facilities available to students and faculty that allow them to do cutting-edge, state-of-the-art research, including a marine lab located on San Diego Bay, which has aquaculture, scuba facilities, and small boats for coastal research. The Bioscience Center, which allows students to participate in cardiovascular and metabolic research and other disciplines. We have several field stations around the San Diego area that allow students to get out into the field, into a natural setting, an undisturbed setting where they can study wildlife. And we have a state-of-the-art electron microscope facility to allow studies of very, very small organisms in a variety of disciplines. We also have a variety of museums and collections. In fact, our Museum of Biodiversity has thousands of specimens of different types of animals. And we also have a staff in the biology department that is dedicated to going out and collecting living organisms that students can use in laboratory classes so they can see these organisms in their natural state. The last thing to emphasize about our department is that students learn by doing. This includes hands-on coursework, for example, field trips or laboratory exercises or experiments that students do in the classroom, research opportunities outside of the classroom to do independent study with faculty members in the department, and even those opportunities off campus if students find mentors at other universities or in industry around the San Diego area. Students can apply these research experiences towards their graduation. That is, they can get course credit for doing independent work with mentors inside and outside of the department. These experiences can be a variety of different things, from our specialties in genetics and evolution or marine ecology, to climate change and working in the Arctic, to working with wildlife and conservation. And at smaller scales, we have a very heavy emphasis on cell and molecular biology in the department, from microbial ecology to working with stem cells and tissue regeneration. Cardiology and immunological research are very heavily emphasized in our department, as are virology and bacterial host interactions. And what I want to do is leave you with a short video made by an undergraduate here in our department who works in the lab of Dr. Nick Shikuma. She's going to tell you a little bit about the kind of research that she does as an undergraduate in our program.
Hi, my name is Catherine Shaw, and I'm working in the research lab with Dr. Nick Shikuma, and we're working on beneficial bacteria. So here I am, and when I think about bacteria, typically we think about them being bad and that they infect us and we need to be sterile. But that's not really the whole story. Bacteria aren't always that bad. There's actually a lot of bacteria that live on and in us that are helping us out a lot, and possibly we wouldn't even be able to live without them. There's bacteria in our guts, and they interact with the cells in our intestines. So here's our cells, and here's a little bacteria. And he's a good one. And so what we want to know is, how are these bacteria helping us? Are they giving us something? Do they digest for us? Are they helping us kill off other bad bacteria? So this is what we want to know, is what is going on between our cells and the single cell of a bacteria. But we can't really study humans very well in the lab. You can't really do that. There's lots of restrictions. So we study tube worms that live under the sea. And they're these really cute little larvae. And they swim around under the sea. And then they have to decide and find a place on the bottom of the sea to grow up. And then they settle down and become these little tube worms that look kind of like palm trees. But on the rocks here are little bacteria. And they tell the little larvae where to settle down and where will be a good place. And without these bacteria, we think that maybe the larvae will never settle down. It's kind of like Peter Pan, they'd never grow up and they'd just stay babies forever. So this is a good interaction. And so we want to know about good interactions here. So we'll study good interactions in the tube worms. So here's their little cells. And although we look really different from tube worms, our cells look pretty similar and we act in kind of the same way. So here's our happy bacteria, and we know and can find out a lot about what's happening between these cells of the tuberum in the bacteria. And we can use what we know here in order to find out what we want to know. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much for watching this presentation. If you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them. Please reach us at bioundergrad@sdsu.edu. Thank you and have a great day.